We've got ignition.
Watch that music.
2, 1. We've got ignition. All right, y'all. Welcome to another edition of the Self Luv Show. And we in the building. Big ups to our sponsors, Ancestral Echoes. Are we being targeted? Go to the community tab. Is it still hunting season on the Nooker? Let us know. And please like, share, subscribe, repost. All right, Karen, you can do your thing when you're ready. We got to pay some bills real quick. We sharing the link. We hope y'all do that. And leave comments. One love. From the south side. I'm from the south side. Let's roll. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm getting no sound on that, Karen. I'm getting no sound. All right, y'all. Today's topic, as y'all can see it, how the public humiliation of influential U.S. black men is targeted. It's targeted. Yep. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm from the south side. The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the hosts and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
Please like, share, subscribe. What the?
Block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? This what y'all wanted me in Chicago? O block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. Where the fuck y'all niggas at, blood?
O block right now. Where we at? Tell you something, man. This Nino Brown, man. I'm live on O block right now. Where we at? This O block. I'm from Miami. I just want to tell niggas, man, we gotta stop killing each other, man. Yeah, this shit ain't about nothing. All that killing shit, we gotta work together, man. Stop killing each other, my nigga. I had to come over here and tell niggas that shit, my nigga.
I'm right here. See where I'm at. I'm out here. Black Star Line cigars. For grown man. And some grown man stuff. And to the PDs, stop doing that killing. Please, stop doing that killing.
Self Love Show starts in 1 minute. The Self Love Show starts in 1 minute.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Brother,
I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it. I'm gonna
what's
wipe
up.
it. I'm gonna say, hey,
Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
okay, yeah.
Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Love Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man,
It's
oh, my
apropos
God.
that you are the
Don't
first
do that to
recipient.
me.
And Noop, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Rise.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we
my
have it on
God.
order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
And even in this instance, if I could be a service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration.
It's in there.
And it has to come from within.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Yes, sir, in the building. 86 that, please. 86 that. In the building, y'all. Karen, you gonna bring that beat back?
The Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose they don't equal. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. We wordsmith 9 mil. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Y'all know how the story go. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, as we say TATN. This is a space where we explore captivating topics to expand our community's mind and ignite our curiosities. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. All praise to the ancestors, the Most High, and of course, my late beloved Mama Sky. Today we popped out to delve into a deeply personal, concerning issue: the targeted public humiliation of influential, quote, black, end quote, men in these United States. This phenomenon isn't just about isolated incidents. It's a pattern that reflects broader societal issues, in my opinion. From media portrayals to legal battles, influential black men often face disproportionate scrutiny and criticism when in comparison to their counterparts, which can have far-reaching impacts on their careers, our culture, and public lives. In today's episode, we'll explore the historical context and contemporary examples of this troubling trend. We'll discuss how systematic racism in media has contributed to the public shaming of the so-called black men in the United States of America and potentially across this globe. By examining high-profile cases and everyday experiences, we aim to shed light on the mechanisms that perpetuate this cycle of humiliation. Join us as we unpack the layers of this complex issue, seeking to understand the motivations behind these targeted attacks and the resilience of those of us who endure them. Whether you're here to learn, reflect, or take action, this episode promises to be a third eye-opening journey into the intersection of race, power, and public perception. Do not forget to smash the like button and subscribe for more insightful discussions like these. So whip out your self-love vision and your mouthpiece, and potentially even your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show. This is the revolution. The revolution will not be on YouTube, however. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live in living color on Tuesday, October 22, 2024 at approximately 7:17 in the shot. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Speaking of cats, here together. Bear down, Chi-Town. What down, brother Wordsmith? What you manifesting today?
Love, 9. You know me. Manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Ditto, man. Pure, unfiltered, unfettered. Some say tough. Many call it horse. I can call it self-love. Just the same, good brother.
No doubt.
What's been going on in your neck of America since we last popped up?
Well, got a bit of bad news. One of my Leo brethren passed away. R.I.P. Troy McDang.
Wow. I don't think I knew Troy, but R.I.P. Troy, and condolences to his family, man.
Yeah, very unexpected. Very unexpected. Also, while we're in that type of mood, please pray for my brother. He's got to have a procedure tomorrow, and it's going to go excellent.
100%, man. That will be done, man. Send shots out for Jazzy, y'all. Send them shots up. Yeah. Whoa. All right, y'all. That's what we on, man. Y'all make sure y'all take care of yourselves out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your checkups and stuff. What to expect on today's show? We always start out with the Self Love Show quote of the day. Then we have our more growth and development video. That's our platform. And then we got some tattoo tyranny we dug up. We dug up some government at work, you know, our employees. And then, of course, we have a dome teaser. Your mind is an awful thing to waste. That riddle has been pinned into the chat. Matriculate. You got till the end of the show to come up with it. You can't come up with it. Normally, Brother Wordsmith does. This one's tricky. If he can't come up with it, I'll have the privilege to give everyone who sticks around to the end of the show and absorbs all of this knowledge the key at the end of the show. And as you can see on the towel, to tonight's topic, how the public humiliation of influential U.S. black men is targeted. Take the time to smash that like button. We wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's when Brother Wordsmith's going to tie this whole show together into a metaphysical bun off the top of his dome with a bit of prose. So do stick around for that. You got any announcements, bro?
Like, share, subscribe, share far and wide, and stay on top of your game. Work at it, get better.
Facts. All right. That answer is not what we're looking for, Brother Wordsmith. He put something in our personal chat towards the riddle, but he's matriculating. He is matriculating. We may give a clue. We'll give a clue at some point throughout the show, and I'm pretty sure you guys figure it out there. All right. All right, and if there's anyone out there who's been a part of these public humiliation rituals, maybe you've been, gone raked through the coals yourself. We want to hear about it. Maybe you had some experience in this. Maybe you work for a big marketing company and you've been on the other side of it. Who knows? But we're here. We're going to, as always, crack down the 5 W's, the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, and sometimes how. That's what we're on tonight. But enough of my yapping. I'll turn it over to Brother Wordsmith so he can handle his business.
All right. Welcome to the Self Love Show. Today, we're unpacking how the public humiliation of influential U.S. so-called black man is targeted. But before, we have a very important video that we need you to watch. The Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self-Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. To be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all of the time. Once again, to be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a rage almost all of the time. James Baldwin.
Silverback More Growth and Development platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our kinsmen.
And 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Flesh. In case y'all missed it last week, we unpack some facts behind the Project Bluebeam conspiracy. I had my tin hat on and everything.
No doubt. No doubt. It was a lot of information presented. I suggest you go check it out. Check it out.
All right, y'all. Poll question. Is it still hunting season on U.S. black men? That is the simple poll question. The community tab. Your options are no doubt or cap or possible or doubtful, or you can select other and drop a comment. Right now, 100% of the respondents have said no doubt that it is still hunting season for us so-called black men. Get your voices heard. Share that poll. Let's see what the people say. All right. Did you see it's a new show out, so the new Judge Karen? It's called Judge Karen. It's like Judge Judy, but it's Judge Karen.
No, I don't think I'm privy to Judge Karen.
Oh, yeah, Judge Karen. Boy. You're going to be a fly on the wall out there.
We begin tonight with a judge who makes life-altering decisions for families and those with disabilities, now accused of making racist comments and using shocking, derogatory language. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us now with more about why an Oakland County probate judge has been removed from her docket. Heather?
Mike, a high-ranking probate court official says he's been recording Judge Kathleen Ryan's statements for years. Even though probate court administrator Edward Hutton says he's been harassed by Judge Ryan, he says he does not want this to be about him. Hutton says he's coming forward now because he wants to protect the people who have to face Judge Ryan in the courtroom.
The Honorable Kathleen A. Ryan presiding. Good morning. You may be seated.
After more than 13 years on the bench, Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge Kathleen Ryan is out of her courtroom. Chief Probate Judge Linda Hallmark removed Judge Ryan from her docket last week, announcing that a complaint about internal allegations of unprofessional conduct was sent to the Judicial Tenure Commission. Judge Ryan was arrested in 2021 for domestic violence, but those charges were later dismissed. And now she's back in the headlines.
Well, if you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of.
The 7 investigators have obtained the recordings that county officials say prompted Judge Ryan's removal.
Oh, he's just I have no use for him.
She's made it a living hell in the past 6 years. I mean, it's
That's her victim. Look at him.
Relationships. I think it's affected my health. Can't
You should have
sleep.
put a pink shirt on.
Attorney Edward Hutton is the Oakland County Probate Court Administrator. He's in charge of running everything that's not under the judge's purview inside one of the state's largest probate courts. Hutton alleges Judge Ryan has been calling him both during work and after hours for years. And Hutton says during those hours and hours of calls, Judge Ryan said highly inappropriate things.
Why did you start recording the calls?
I just felt like it wasn't going to change. Nothing's manipulated in it. It's conversations that I was a part of, and I'm absolutely willing to testify to the authenticity of.
See, he was part of that little racist.
I can honestly say that. Okay, I'm not systemically racist. I'm a new racist.
Who?
I never was, but now I am because you're shoving the down my throat and making allegations that you don't know about. You're telling me who I am, and you've never met me.
Yeah.
You.
Hutton says the
Yeah,
judge
that is
also
that Mills
used
bill.
homophobic slurs about other elected officials.
You know,
And that's not all.
A lot of times they were conversations about sexual encounters that she's having with various individuals. I mean,
Oh my
intimate
God.
detail.
She called
Hutton
him the
said
F
for
word.
years he felt like he had to play along, and he says for years he was afraid to speak up.
I didn't want to lose my job, and I didn't want to be in her crosshairs. It's such a David and Goliath situation. I don't have the power. I'm not elected. I could get fired tomorrow.
On May 24th, Hutton says he sent Chief Judge Linda Hallmark a notice of sexual harassment.
For 3 months, nothing happened.
That's why on August 22nd, Hutton says he decided to send the recordings to the Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court, Oakland County Executive David Coulter, and other public officials. And he also contacted me.
I just want to make it right. I haven't filed a lawsuit. I'm not looking for a payday. I want to keep my job and do it in peace.
No accident. She's wearing that pink sports coat.
People in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of fact.
In that email, Hutton said Judge Ryan, quote, has vocalized her hate and contempt for various protected groups. Once the recordings were shared with those state and county officials, Judge Ryan was removed from her docket. In a statement, County Executive Coulter said, quote, there is absolutely no place for harassment of any kind or for racist or homophobic language by anyone.
Homophobic language, they got her out of there.
Especially by someone the public must be confident will act fairly and impartially. The alleged conduct and abhorrent comments made by Judge Ryan merited her removal from the probate court docket pending further investigation.
Is Judge Ryan fit to be on the bench?
Absolutely not. Nobody with that much hate in their heart for certain people or certain groups of people, I don't believe that they could possibly make fair.
Look at the boy she was coming. She's a KKK. Look at her. She loves her job. Probably got a black dude on trial right there. See how excited she was?
Yeah, she was happy to be there.
Wasn't she?
Respect the authority of the Michigan Supreme Court. However, we look forward to vindicating Judge Ryan in the appropriate forum. I also spoke to probate judge Daniel O'Brien.
Man,
Who says Judge Ryan's friends are supporting her and believe these statements
friends are supporting her.
totally out of character for her.
Out of character.
A lot here, but what's next with the Judicial Tenure Commission?
Well, they cannot confirm or deny whether they are pursuing an investigation. There has been some reporting that suggested that the complaint against the judge involved an inappropriate personal relationship. Hutton says that is not true. He says there was no physical contact. This was strictly a sexual harassment complaint about her alleged comments that started all of this. But again, he says the bigger issue here is what the judge says about people in protected classes, and he's hoping that that is what the JTC will focus on. So everybody's just sort of waiting to see what they will do.
No, there was nothing physical going on.
On top of it, so
We will follow it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Pretty sure there was nothing sexual in nature going on in that situation.
Hey, Dembo is Deno is in the chat. What up, brother Stallings? Appreciate you, bro.
Yo.
Hey, I ain't forgot you either, man. I know I keep saying that, but I ain't forgot you. Yeah, bro. That's that would be a great TV show, though, wouldn't it? A judge like that, a Karen, and just let her do her thing. You know, and then you pull the Ray Rays and the Pookies to the side and put them on camera and let them have their reaction.
Hey, Judge Judy already?
Yeah, but Judge Judy's a wacky liberal, isn't she?
I don't know. She's
it's hard to know.
Yeah, I've seen her be very rough on some people.
Tyranny.
Yeah, so they got her out of there, so but she's tyranny.
I'm going tyranny too.
Yeah,
they
she's
got out
tyranny.
there. They won't confirm or deny if it's under investigation, even like you know what I mean.
Yeah, all these people are backing her still.
Yeah, they got the little pretty boy sitting there with his legs crossed. You know what I mean? Talking about how long he got harassed, and I'll own up to. What kind of journalism was that? You own up to what? What did you say that you own up to? I mean, at least ask, right, Self? Yeah, what's on that tape that you said you're going to own up to?
He said he'd testify.
Yeah.
You got to listen to the tapes.
Yeah. Yeah. One with that little Q. Because you can call them queer, because that's one of the alphabets, ain't it? Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
All right. How the public humiliation of influential U.S. black men is targeted. No need to listen to him stuttering over his words there. Afraid of the rainbow mafia. All right. Pink crime. Pink crime. This one's called like father, like son. Like father, like son. So it's never any white on white crime.
Ever.
Drop dead gorgeous.
What the hell?
Pink crime. Big ups to Karen.
The WBRZ investigative unit has been looking into the criminal history of Cox, Callahan, and their relatives, and we're going to take you back to 1990. A man named
You're going to
Kelly
love this.
Rebecca Forbes and dumped her body into the Tangipahoa River.
Drott is Daniel Callahan's father. He took his own life after escaping from prison, kidnapping a teenager and shooting another woman. News 2's Bess Casterly spoke with Rebecca Forbes' mother about this bad bloodline.
Sylvia, Michael, when it comes to this troubled family history, it appears the bad apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
And she said, Mom, I don't know if I should tell you this or not, but I'm hearing that the guy that kidnapped those two little children is the son of Kelly Wayne Drott. And it brought it all back.
Friday morning, Virginia
See how many
Freeman
times you hear the word
jolted back
monster
to
or
the
savage.
worst time of her life nearly 25 years ago.
She was going in the Navy.
News of Daniel Callahan's arrest for the murder of Kelly Brunette and her 4-year-old daughter brought everything back up.
She was going to graduate in May
when she discovered he's the son of the man who killed her daughter, Rebecca.
Rebecca Forbes was reported missing April 29th after she didn't return home from a day at the Italian festival in Independence, Louisiana. The next night, Forbes' blood-stained shirt was found on this road about a mile east of Amite, Louisiana. That was the beginning of a 3-week search by law enforcement officials from 4 agencies. An ordeal that had the Forbes family in turmoil. Authorities asked for home videos of the festival, hoping to spot Forbes in the crowd. Officials say they received about 5 videos and talked with many people.
Over this 3-week period, our detectives have questioned many suspects.
That suspect is 23-year-old Kelly Wayne Drott, an Amite resident. Authorities say they found blood and hair samples and other evidence in his car linking him to the incident.
This wasn't enough to pin it on the black guy, though.
Left the festival together. They say Drott drove to this location and allegedly beat Forbes to death, stuffed her body into the trunk of his car, and threw her off the Tangipahoa River Bridge.
She had been in the river for 3 weeks on a sand pile. And they were lucky enough to find, which there wasn't very much of her left.
Drott confessed to killing her, but always claimed it was an accident. He pleaded guilty to manslaughter and was given a 25-year sentence. However, he escaped his New Orleans prison and went on the run with another woman, who he later shot. During his time on the lam, he kidnapped a teenage girl and later shot himself to death.
I would describe him as a very disturbed, probably had a very bad childhood.
Callahan was a toddler at the time, and it's unclear what his relationship with his father was, but he did not take his last name. The crimes he's accused of are eerily similar to his father's.
Did he grow up knowing that his daddy was a killer and then he turned out to be one too? You know, how can that be?
Freeman says, though it happened in 1990, it still feels like yesterday, even more so now that this has happened.
I have forgiven him, but I haven't forgotten. And it was very hard. Still is.
Both the woman Drott shot and the kidnapped during his time on the run survived that ordeal. Callahan is a native of Independence, but according to his arrest documents, his most recent address is listed as homeless in Brandon, Mississippi. In the newsroom, Bess Casterly, WBRZ News 2.
Not one savage, not one monster for either of them.
Yeah, well, you know why.
Did you see how that story was covered?
Yeah, I mean, you know why. You know,
normally you blame the parent, but you know, look at the parent.
Hey, I don't know. You know, it's proclivity and opportunity. I don't know. Environment and genetics. I don't know.
Yeah, all that evidence against his dad, and they let him plead to manslaughter. He had to outdate. I mean, they believe the story that it was an accident. You killed some innocent girl at a damn fair. Oh yeah, that was an accident.
25 years. They gave him that's a life sentence.
25 years, man. That's again what I just
And
described. You're not
and
supposed
he
to have
broke out. How the hell did he get out?
But hold it. You're not supposed to have an outdate when you do something like that. So 25 years, you might serve 70% of it. I mean, they basically gave him, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like that should have been second-degree murder at minimum. Life. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely should have been more than manslaughter.
Yeah, they would have had thought we don't have enough evidence to convict him without him pleading to it. Therefore, we're going to believe his cockamamie story of I killed the strange 16-year-old girl by accident and threw her body in the river. I mean, you know. Yeah. And then the son. Yeah. So much there. So much there.
And then he broke out of prison and shot and kidnapped
Yeah.
2 other people.
Yeah. 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 God bless the families, you know.
Yeah. Killed himself, they say.
Yeah, and then the son was a real winner, huh? You guys always say don't talk about the kids. Well, yeah.
I mean, he's not a kid. That's a grown man that did that. That wasn't a kid. He's his son, but he's not a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but the kid loves the media had. If that was Pookie and Ray Ray Jackson down there in Mississippi, it'd be a witch hunt, in my opinion. Media frenzy.
Yeah. No, that guy, he looked exactly like his father, too. That was crazy. Just long hair. I thought it was the old dude, new picture or something. I was like, wait a minute.
His dad could have taken over his body after he died.
It's possible.
Yeah. Please like, share, subscribe. That was Pink Crime, brought to us by Winnie in the Butt. How the public humiliation of influential U.S. black men is targeted. All right. Today's Dome teaser. I carry stories, both joy and strife. I can build you up or break your life. What am I? It's pinned in the chat. Your second guess was also incorrect. Brother Wordsmith has guessed the media, and then also a book. So you guys can scratch that off your list if any of you guys are matriculating, which I have serious doubts that you are. All right, enough of the appetizers out there.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right, Karen, we do have a video. It's unrelated, but you guys please like, share, subscribe. We're about to get on topic, and we're going to talk about is we targeted? Are they targeting Pookie and Ray Ray? And to love yourself is to love others. To love others is to love yourself. And so if you don't speak negatively in your mind and out of your mouth about yourself, it's going to become next to impossible to do that about someone else.
Once you realize the science of self, because we're all part of the same being, and we're cells of the creator, and we should treat each other as such and accordingly.
And know that words and thoughts are vibrations.
They are things. They are actual things. They exist. Yeah, people feel them whether you know they do or don't. Whether they know you or don't. It's all in the vibe or vibrations.
Yeah, but if you got a calcified third eye, you know what
it's
I mean?
still stuff you feel.
All you want is product. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying, there's a lot of calcification out here.
Yeah, they still feel it.
If we were educated, we would know that.
All right, we can kill it, Karen.
It's part of the boule. we would know that those organizations have been in existence for.
All right, y'all. This show was born out of watching George Floyd, rest his soul, be kneed out for 9 minutes. All right. We'll leave it at that. All right. Let's jump to topic. How the public humiliation of influential U.S. black men is targeted. We want to start out just talking about some examples. This is something that was revealed to me as a very young lad, because I always studied biographies, read people's biographies, autobiographies, authorized, unauthorized. That was my thing. And I saw a trend, Self. I said, man, every single one of our people who make it are crazy. You know, I mean, I had two conclusions to draw. They're all crazy, criminal-minded, or they're targeted, right? And I know I mentioned this to you coming up by the time I reached the yard. You know, that you're going to look back in your history and all of your heroes, whatever my assumptions were, whether they were valid or not, if they are copper-colored, will be humiliated. So let's talk about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I don't think that was his real name, though, was it?
He changed something.
Yeah,
One of those
changed
names.
something.
It
Sure
wasn't.
did.
I don't think it was Martin. It was something else.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah. All right. How was he publicly humiliated during the course of his activism leading up to the public bullet sandwich?
He was jailed numerous times, beaten
numerous times, spat on, right on camera, right there in Chicago. People throwing stuff at him.
He said Chicago was worse than anywhere he had ever been.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
And he was
Marquette
in that same park where those people tried to attack me when I was in high school.
Yeah. Well, you had no business over there after dark. You know your place. You're out of your lane.
Dark. It was after the baseball game.
Yeah, well, you're out of your lane. You know what I mean? They don't want your kind over there. All right. Swarthy. You know what I mean? Mixing with their daughters and such. That's the whole thing. That's what they don't want. I'm just speaking on their behalf.
I was trying to go home.
Yeah.
Wasn't worried about any of that.
In their eyes, you're a gang member, drug dealing savage. You know what I mean?
In a baseball uniform for a Catholic school.
Yeah. They can't process that, in my opinion. All right. Also,
it was a costume.
yeah, gang outfit. They were watching the Warriors. Look at this guy. All right, here we go. All right. So also, the FBI was tapping his phone and alleging that he had some sort of homosexual proclivities. Now that we would be judging that lifestyle, and he was married. Yeah, they were putting out rumor. Supposedly they were trying to blackmail him based upon his boule proclivities, and he refused to
kill himself. That's what they were trying to get him to do.
Yeah. They wanted him to delete himself. And they wanted him to start cooning, and he refused to. Did they ever release any tapes of him?
I don't think that was till after when about the so-called affairs and things of that nature and all of that.
Oh yeah, they never released it. It was after you're right, Freedom of Information Act took some years for those tapes to be released. They were recording his calls and calls with other women too, not just homosexuals.
And they had bugged his room. Those tapes weren't phone calls. They were.
Who bugged it? Jesse Jackson?
I don't know, it was FBI, but Jesse Jackson was part of them. So
it could have been very
it
well.
could have been him. It could have been other guy that it was another guy. What's his name? He's a famous name. No one thinks about him, but he slipped up in a couple of interviews and what he said.
Man, and he was throwing them in Alabama was throwing them in solitary. And that's what came when he came up with letter from a Birmingham jail, and they said that his fellow clergy were calling his actions unwise and untimely. Are you telling me we had some jigaboo clergy even back in 1963?
Are you kidding?
Wow.
Yes. You didn't hear Malcolm X talking about them?
Wow.
Of
Okay,
course.
speaking of Malcolm X, what kind of forms of public humiliation did the great Red X suffer?
Wasn't about no extramarital nothing or any of that.
No, they couldn't find nothing.
Yeah. So they just misrepresent his words and take them out of context.
Saying he was promoting violence when he was only talking about self-defense.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. But after he left the Nation of Islam, they,
and went to the holy city of Mecca.
Yeah, when they had a whole campaign against him
to divide him from the nation.
Yeah, he was already divided from the nation. He divided himself.
Yeah, but that was part of their campaign too.
Yeah, and that was part of him not having the protection that was necessary for him.
Correct. Because right before he was deleted, he came out and said it was not the Nation of Islam that would kill him. He did come out and say
that definitely that firebombed his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that killed him because
yeah,
that was all.
Yeah, puppets, which we all knew. Yeah, it was a black man. There's all these people running around. It was a black man. They killed him. Yeah, shut up.
According to Dick Gregory, it wasn't a black man that killed him either. It was somebody shot from the balcony. He was shot from above. That's what he said. This autopsy said.
Big ups to Dick Gregory. Yeah. So you were saying when he split from the nation, that's when he was left exposed for more attacks coming mainly from the media. Well, the CIA-led media, we would allege.
FBI. The FBI was really on them, on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard. Yeah.
And James Baldwin.
He had to leave the country for a while.
Yeah, he was openly alphabet, openly, which, big ups to him. Yeah, and they were, and I wonder if he became open about himself because they had already got that information on him and they were threatening to expose it, so he just came on out with it. But yeah, he had to leave the country just from speaking his truth. They were threatening him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he said a lot of things that made a lot of sense.
Yeah, and they label you communists. And they always got their reasons. We're going to go through these times and different generations and these different people. They always got their reasons and their labels they can stick on us. Whatever the overarching general theme is, the overlay, they like to make us the face of it. Like we're the face right now of fentanyl. Whenever somebody's arrested for fentanyl, they like to run us out there. And show pictures of us, our mug shots. Yeah, that's what they're doing, Self. Like once again, we're in the lab creating fentanyl. And like once again, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right. I don't know if I should say fentanyl so much. All right, James Baldwin, constant scrutiny. They were criticizing his works, calling him a commie.
Yeah, absolutely. he did public debates, and from what I saw, the debates he demolished.
Yeah,
the
he
people
did
he
them
was
at
debating.
Oxford,
But they were
Harvard.
making it like he got destroyed.
They do that today.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they do that, man. They can look at the same thing we look at. They could watch you beat the brakes off me, and that forked tongue can get in there and write it up. He was tough. He sat there and he took that punishment. You know what I mean? And there was no quit in him. You know what I mean? He got a couple punches in, and that really stunned him. You know what I mean? And look at him. He stopped punching him for a whole 2.3 seconds right there. You know what I'm saying? And then other people will hear that and be like, yeah, it was close. You know what I mean?
Man, I've seen some fights where it was ridiculous. I just thought the
Yeah.
whole thing was completely one-sided, and they had it completely the other direction.
Yeah.
Completely. Like wasn't even a close fight. Like, what? How?
Yeah.
Yeah. You make you stop liking,
Yeah.
boxing or life, because that's the way these people be about these debates and everything.
Yeah. Same thing with those talent shows. You know what I mean?
Break dancing in the Olympics.
Oh,
that was terrible.
Don't worry about it. The robots would be doing all that. So
I'm just saying I couldn't understand the logic in the scoring. So I'm like, what?
I can't understand why Elon Musk makes a white robot and then gives it a black face, and nobody's talking about it. He sat there and created a robot slave and gave it a black face. I'm just going to throw that out there. All right. What about Muhammad Ali?
Wait, what did that robot look like in our robot? Didn't it ever?
Yeah, it's got a black head. It's white. I was looking at that. I was like, you son of a bitch. And TATN is going to get somewhere where Elon is, and I'm being in the crowd and ask a question. Why did you have to give it a black face? You know what I mean? What kind of message are you sending to the youth? Yeah. I was like, son of a bitch. Nobody's mentioned it. Of all the colors. All right. Ali. Another weird, perverse thing they do, Self, is they humiliate you when you're at the top of your earning power. And then they make you a hero when you're not at the top of your earning power, and sometimes after you die, right? Yeah. I'm not going to say they blood suck you after that. I'm not saying that's the goal, but that we'll get more into the whys later. But I think that could be part of the reason. It could be a motivation.
Well, for some, it takes them to another level. They get to go to another level. For some, it drops them down a big peg.
Big peg. Big peg. Let's say if you're Muhammad Ali and, big media and big corporate wants to make you, what I mean, you're a god and they want to blood suck off you. Now all of a sudden you associate yourself with the likes of the Nation of Islam. You know what I mean? You're eating right, you're not eating their poisons. They can't put the drugs in front of you. They can't, catch you out in public because you got security around you. You know what I mean? It's tougher for them to wire your room and get that kind of evidence on you. Then yeah, Self, it's going to be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. If Ali had signed with Nike, I know Nike didn't exist then, and did the same thing he did, they would have made him a hero. If he wasn't in alignment with the Nation of Islam, his pink handlers would have been able to make a hero out of what he was doing.
Yeah, he was from the Olympics and all of that.
Yeah, it's a pacifist.
But his
he was gallivanting,
braggadocious.
Yeah.
Speech and how he talked about,
and he was a gallivanter, allegedly. Yeah.
So, they didn't like that.
Yeah, they didn't like that.
They definitely wanted to bring him down a peg.
Yeah, they don't like that from no color. No. He's cocky. They don't like that. Cocky, smart, rich. Yeah, that was poison to them. And then started sticking his black nose into their politics.
Sure, he wasn't even rich then. I mean, he had money, but
yeah,
they stopped him short of becoming very wealthy.
Yeah,
until after all that mess.
Because he refused to kill poor dark kids that look like him, as he put it. And he said the Viet Cong didn't do anything to him. You know? He said the police here in America are the ones who sicken their dogs on him.
Yeah.
And now he's some sort of hero. You know, they hated him. You know.
That is facts.
Yeah.
Hated all three, the three main people we talked about. Well, all of them.
All of them.
They hated Martin Luther King. They
Yeah.
hated Malcolm
Hated
X.
Martin Luther King. He was a rabble rouser. He was a troublemaker coming around here, stirring up our local Negroes.
Hey, there was a lot of Negroes that hated
Dr.
Martin
King?
Luther King. Yes.
Yeah, stirring up trouble.
Whole
You know,
lot of.
we got everything steady down here, you know, the status quo. And those usually aren't going to be your Pookies and your Ray Rays. Those usually is going to be somebody who's sitting there who wants to maintain the status quo, those business relationships they got with who? Whitey.
Or, you know, underground black stuff too, so-called black.
It's all sponsored by Whitey, in my opinion. If you go up the plug level at some point, you're going to find Whitey. You're going to find Whitey. That's how they're all getting arrested. Yeah, the white boy, he cool. He got, best prices. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, he went to Princeton. Yeah, he's a chemist and came out of nowhere. He's right here and he's living here. Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah. Y'all see what the topic is, right? We're gonna come back with some great stuff.
In chatter. In the chat.
There's some chatter in the chat.
Yeah. H. Moultrie says answer is a book. He already said that it wasn't. He might not have been here for that. TLC3. All is and always has been a hero. A man that stood by his convictions from day one.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Probably
Ali?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I'm feeling, Ali, but it could have been any of them. Because all them people stood by a conviction. But he's got to be talking about Ali, I think.
Yeah, and you can't do nothing but respect them.
Yeah.
They live their truth.
He didn't want to go kill nobody and change his whole life and all of that.
Yeah.
Because, man, you kill somebody, it changes your life forever.
Right.
Yes, y'all. Don't stop. The Self Love Show rocks on. Today, we're unpacking how the public humiliation of influential so-called black men is targeted. We've gone through some prominent examples and got some great videos to edutain you. And when we get back, we're going to expand the plan.
If we were educated, we would know that Kamala Harris is part of the boule. We would know that those organizations have been in existence for hundreds of years. And if they are planning 500 years in advance, how can you compete if you don't educate yourself? Barack Obama, Trump, and Biden, none of them did anything for any of us. And Kamala Harris is going to follow that same trend. She might smile in your face. She might have caramel skin. She might pour hot sauce on her food.
You have no idea. This is how my mother kept all of her stuff.
At the end of the day, she's not going to do anything for us. And when we realize that none of them are going to do anything for us, and we got to start our own, we'll be better off. The first government is a husband and wife and a family, and then the extended family. And if that husband and that wife is not financially planning for the future, they're going to suffer.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert. Manna. Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
Aganoski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert, and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's gonna rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants can do.
So what do you find, even in the desert, when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
I travel around and I get hit with Chicago is a violent town and the violence is perpetrated by the black race. I think the media amplifies violence in Chicago and makes it seem like people can't walk out their homes without being shot, you know, stabbed or killed. The majority of black people are law-abiding, sensible, nonviolent people. So all this crap about this violence in the black community that is overtaking everything in our city is just a bunch of bull. Because most of the people that I know are law-abiding citizens, and they are not into that stuff. You have a faction, but it is definitely not the majority of the black race.
And that faction, their beef is usually contained amongst themselves.
I wanted to do business. My brother became famous, and we had an opportunity to leave that world and go into another world. That opportunity came, hip-hop hit. Charlie told my brother Eddie, yo, this is the wave of the future. This is gonna be huge. Eddie did not believe that it's a fad and moved forward. And then there was an opportunity. I wasn't a rapper. It was an opportunity because of my brother's fame for me to get a recording contract with Clive Davis's company, with Arista Records. I could have been afraid and said, nah, but I've never been raised to be afraid. So I took advantage of the opportunity. And I did it. And I started learning how to write, learn how to rap. It was a perfect time. It was all, pretty much it was new. I went from being an artist to, we did some things with touring and merchandising. I touched a lot of aspects of Eddie's career and then kind of just graduated to my own thing.
Next week, 9/3/24, off-brand presidential candidates. We only got two candidates. It's only two. Somebody asked me, well, what are the other ones?
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
All right, so we're going to go down this rabbit hole, you know what I mean? And we're going to, handpick some of these candidates, the ones the media is not talking about. I posted what my list of demands are from this so-called government. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show people how, in my opinion, they should make these decisions when they're going to throw their vote away. Because if you're voting for one of these souls, guess what? You could be throwing your vote away.
If you're deciding between lesser evils, then you probably are.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the black community, for real. Yeah. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Information and plans integral to making your mind grow. With more growth and development, BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent. It's the
Self Love Show. We're back. Those were excellent videos. Man, informative, funny. You know how it goes. We're back. How the public humiliation of influential so-called U.S. black men are targeted. Gave some pertinent examples from the past. And we're going to expand the conversation for the self-love nation.
It's the Self Love Show.
Facts. Yeah, man. I mean, we can just run through them, but I mean, Dave Chappelle, let's take an example. He allegedly walked away from 50 million, which he explained how that was cap.
Yeah.
But he walked away from it was a big amount of money, and this guy wanted some ownership. We're not gonna get into the whys later. But they immediately started trampling on his name, right? Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, they wanted to give him 10% of what they were making instead of 50%.
Okay.
And so they really tramped on his lane. Like I said before, he said he wasn't going to do the deal. They were saying he was smoking crack and going to Africa. Yeah, going to Africa, on a drug binge.
Yo, he's smoking crack routine. That's like the banana, and that's as old as the banana in the tailpipe.
It's very similar.
Well, interesting. Yeah, they did say that. Started discrediting him and saying he didn't like trans fats. You remember that? Calling him a transphobe.
Yeah.
Said he didn't like Asians, yet he's married to an Asian. Said he was full of that awful Asian hate. Let's see. But he was just looking for ownership. What's his name? Eddie Murphy. They did a little number on Eddie Murphy, getting too big for his britches out there. I think they said they caught him on Santa Monica Boulevard with we caught him with a trans fat. Oh, they'll pull you back in. We caught him with a trans fat. Big Charles Barkley. We caught Big Charles with a trans fat. Oh,
Did
yeah.
they?
Yeah, you forgot about that. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't remember hearing that, but
Yeah.
I knew about Eddie.
Yeah, they'll put a trans fat on you, and if you don't respond accordingly, you got caught with a trans fat. Prince. All Prince wanted was to not be a slave.
Hey.
He became a kook in the media.
Of course, wanted to own his own masters, wanted to own, his own music.
Yeah. Own his masters. How'd that sound? A slave owning his masters.
Yeah, that's what they wanted.
Poetic, ain't it?
Like, yeah, that was strange. And then after he died, Title tried to take his catalog.
All the music he made after that, they tried to tell you it was shit. Same artist. Same artist. I mean, he kept signing those 360 deals. They come out there and tell you he was the greatest at everything, wouldn't they, so? Greatest actor.
Well, he never signed no 360 deal. 360 deal came for after the record industry really collapsed.
Yeah,
it came much later. He never
still signed some
360.
sort of brick he wasn't happy with.
Oh yeah, he didn't. That they owned his work and his publishing.
Yeah,
and
he couldn't even do music under the name Prince anymore.
Yeah, he stopped.
Yeah, sounds like a 360 to me. No, he couldn't.
No, it wasn't 360 because they wasn't getting.
They owned Prince, so he became the artist formerly known as Prince. That's why he changed his name.
Yeah, but they couldn't
found a loophole.
They couldn't own his touring or his him being in films. That's what 360 deal is. All of it.
Okay.
All of it.
If he had been in a film under the name of Prince, they'd have got it. If he'd have toured under the name of Prince, they would have got that money. That was all part of his fight. He's like, once he realized that, he's like, I'm a slave. And he wrote slave on his face. And then they went on to discredit the man. All of a sudden, the same music I liked, they told me I shouldn't like it anymore. Just saying, that's how they work. And it's TMZ, amongst others. Who owns TMZ? So
that little Jewish guy
rat
that's on
face,
the one that's on every episode.
Harvey, the one that came up as a little backup on the Judge Judy show. Speaking of Judge Judy, remember, he's a little backup. I'm out here, I'm a little rat. You know what I mean? Snooping around with a camera, snitching on everybody and getting blackmail information. They're gonna serve Harvey up soon. They're gonna serve Harvey up. Trust and believe, they got something on Harvey. Big ups to Harvey. Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah,
he wanted ownership, didn't he?
Shit, he had ownership.
Yeah, he owned Elvis's. He owned some Elvis masters.
Man, he owned half of Sony.
The Beatles. He owned some Beatles masters.
He owned all of their masters.
Yeah, he owned his masters.
He gave Little Richard back his publishing.
Right.
He gave him back his publishing.
And then he became a weirdo all of a sudden. Not saying he wasn't.
Well, he
a
had
weirdo.
a masters. He had a publishing.
Publishing. Okay.
Yeah.
Not saying he wasn't a weirdo. I wasn't there, before any of this. It seems to me like you can be a weirdo as long as you're willing to be a slave. But if you're going to be a weirdo and you're going to, seek some sort of ownership, then they're going to use that against you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
None of that ever held up. So that was.
None of it held up.
Ever.
You mean he beat the cases? Did he ever pay a dime in hush money?
No.
But the fork-tongued lawyers got a lot of money, I'm sure. In the media with the big stories, and the frenzies, and the documentaries.
It was Nope.
No, he wasn't fork-tongued.
Right.
Rest his soul, Johnny Cochran?
Yes.
All right. That's right. Johnny Cochran. TLC, let's see. A man without a will. The people who benefited from his gone way too early. Probably wouldn't have considered giving them a dime. All right.
And he said Muhammad Ali. Yep.
Yeah. Kobe Bryant. Now, we don't know what happened up there in Colorado. But to your point, he was smug. You remember, he was cocky. And he was smug up there with the fork tongue, wasn't he? He got to a point where his poop didn't stink. I think Kobe forgot he was some sort of copper cut.
Well, you know, he's been all over the world.
Yeah,
too,
yeah. Everything fell in his lap. Not saying he didn't work harder than anyone to get it, but yeah, Prince. Yeah, they sullied Prince's name. They sullied Kobe Bryant's name. Turned out, I think they said that lady he alleged that he paid that money or whatever. She had 13 different types of semen in her.
Yeah. It was at least
night.
3. Yeah.
Well,
3.
I don't know what the number was, but it was positive. All right.
Definitely positive for more than 1. 3 out there.
Out there. You're in a hotel. Can't even take a bath out there. All right. O.J. Simpson. Now, I know this is a hot button for some of you guys, but I don't think Self Love, and I believe, he physically did it. That being said, O.J. Simpson was a hero. People don't realize O.J. Simpson was as big a hero as Patty Mahomes out there. Am I lying, so?
Oh man, maybe more because he was a likable, slight goofy-ish,
ebony man type of boule.
Yeah, they didn't think he was considered him black. It's not black. He's O.J.
Mm-hmm.
It's a credit to their race.
USC Marcus Allen type. They thought he was a Marcus Allen type.
Yeah, he got 2,000 yards rushing in 12 games. Or was it 14? It might have been 14.
I don't know, but he was more like Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, they said the guy was in slow classes. And it's like, but see, they weren't talking about his slow classes when he was on the cover of Ebony and he was running through the airport with the monkey. Didn't he run through the airport with the monkey? Or is that something I'm making up?
I think you're making that up.
Okay.
He's running through that.
Remember a
I
monkey.
think he had a suitcase.
Same
I
commercial.
think.
The monkey was tearing up the suitcase, and this other monkey was running for a flight. I don't know, man. I'm mixing it up. Tupac Shakur. All of a sudden, he becomes some sort of XYZ PZQ alphabet person. All of a sudden, he got sexually assaulted by one of the pink guards in the penal system. Interesting choice of words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of a sudden, what else? He's part of the Illuminati. What else? What else have you heard about the late great Tupac Shakur?
Well, I've definitely heard some people talking about he was homosexual, and that was like that didn't register with me. They said that it was a ritual when he was naked in the tub with all that jewelry or whatever.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
They tried to say Malcolm X was working with the KKK. I forgot about that. Technically, he wasn't, but they had some of the same agenda, which was separation.
Right.
Yeah. This is proof that an enemy of your enemy is not necessarily your friend. So because those wacky liberals don't like those wacky conservatives, it doesn't mean that those wacky liberals like who, Sal?
Well, neither one of them like us. So.
Yeah, you wacky coons out here. That's the whole point of this show. Nation of Islam. They killed Malcolm. Master Farah Muhammad is an Irish Jew or something, whatever they're saying. Turkish Jew.
It broke after it broke into different factions after the death of oh my God,
Elijah Muhammad.
Yes. Oh my God,
the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah.
How about this? Here's one they liked. The kids say the darndest things. You pull your pants up out there and go to a black university. Bill Cosby. You can't tell me there wasn't a white family in America that wouldn't have invited him into their house. And you know what I mean?
He tried to buy NBC and killed his son. And then
are you saying he wanted ownership?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He tried to buy NBC.
And then
he had the money and the people to work with him.
And he started calling them out on this shit.
No.
And he called them out on it.
Yeah.
Just like when Walter Payton, was heartbroken about not getting an NFL. Next thing you know, he became magically deleted. But sorry to, jump there, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, but Bill Cosby. Yeah, Self, I mean, come on. They absolutely loved him.
Yeah, he was propped up.
Tell me he was running around LA giving quaaludes to all the upstanding white women, and
he used to be
back then, and nobody locked his black ass up.
The Playboy Mansion.
There you go.
He used to be at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
A whole lot. And that's what they say.
Right.
And most of them people are talking about situations from there out there.
There you go. Not saying if you go to the Playboy Mansion, that necessarily made you a sex worker, but probably wasn't an accountant out there.
They say he was recording too.
Wow. R. Kelly. Don't tell me he wanted ownership. Don't tell me he owned masters.
He didn't.
He owned his. He had to sell half of them, I think, in order to pay for his defense.
Well, he didn't own
I don't
some of
think
his
he owned
biggest
all of
hits.
them.
He didn't
Yeah,
own his biggest hits.
yeah. But he owned like I Believe I Could Fly and all of that. Those metaphysical songs.
I believe I can fly. Hanks. I think Hanks owns that. Barrison Hanks, I think.
He owns some masters.
He owns some. He's got a lot of music. A whole lot.
Yeah, because it was my understanding that's what they wanted from him. You know, the record industry is the monster.
I think you're saying, I think you're meaning once again, publishing.
Publishing?
Yeah. No, it could be both masters and publishing.
Yeah, man, I think I read where he owns some shit because it was
has
worth
to
a
own
lot.
some
And
of it,
cashed
but
out on he cashed out on it, and I was like, should have just gave it up if that's the case. Should just gave it up. Because those lawyers are getting paid. And
beyond paid.
And that lifestyle they had, they gotta, they ain't getting that show money, ain't dropping no more music, ain't doing no more
and not
appearances.
to mention they're not even streaming this stuff for the most part.
No. You want to hear it.
They shut him down.
I Believe I Could Fly was my grandmother's favorite song before she passed. She loved that song. Talking about how metaphysical it was and everything. Cat Williams. Now here's a guy, never been a slave. Knew when to walk out the Diddy parties. They've been saying he's on crack for years, haven't they?
Man, that's the main thing, boy. They say he on drugs and he,
Haven't they? It was
like
those
a mug.
Beulah that he came on Steve Harvey's show talking about doing it too. Because they're running the jester out there, self in blackface. It looks like us, sounds like us. You know what I mean? They be the ones perpetuating.
Yeah. It's facts. Because it's a lot of nonsense goes on. And, there are people that don't want to be beholden to the bullshit that's going on behind the scenes. And they make it rough for you.
Nearly impossible. Michael Jordan became a bully, a tyrant. Didn't he? All of a sudden. Michael Jordan, he's a bully and a tyrant. Yeah. Check your mute.
A gambler.
Yeah, oh yeah. Gambling, bully, and tyrant. Yeah. Yeah. Obama. Okay. I mean, what you want to say about him, but he was seen as a hero in a lot of young people's eyes who grow up, and he's been torn down. They call him a homosexual, and go so far as to call his wife a trans fan.
Yeah. Which is, grew up with Michelle. It's, wasn't Michael.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, if you name a person, we'll tell you, Harold Washington. They said he was an alphabet person.
Yeah.
Didn't hear much about Julius Erving. Dr. J held up pretty well. Kareem, he had his problems. Now he's a hero.
Yeah, he didn't like the media, bro. That dude.
It's interesting. He's like 7'2", and he married a little 4'3" Asian with a pretty little dainty feet. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you're a trip. Probably used to sky hook her into bed. You know what I'm saying? Work on my sky hook and throw you through the net. Big ups on all the dainty feet. The Diddler. I don't think he was anyone's hero. I don't know if anybody looked up to.
I think some people probably did, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to capture people. You know what I mean? He still had
Ensnare 'em, yeah.
selling music and all of that. Yeah. He was somebody's hero.
I mean, we can go down the list. Sammy Sosa.
He's Dominican.
He's not even copper colored anymore.
Yeah, but
You just name them and I'll be able to tell you that, you know. But yeah, all right. Man, you guys see our point here. Potential targets. LeBron James, I would say, watch out.
And think he's already on the spectrum.
Oh yeah. You mean they already pressed the button? It's just working its way there.
Yeah. He said, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party."
Kyrie Irving, he was getting fancy. Brought him down. Kanye, he was getting fancy with ownership. Yeah.
Facts.
Wonder why you guys don't like these people I'm mentioning, but you used to like
them. All them people.
Yeah. Don't even listen to their music or watch their stuff anymore. Like programmable little Elon Musk blackface robots. Potential targets, though. LeBron, you got anybody else in mind?
That was the main one. But they're going to be some from the fallout from this Diddy thing. And
oh yeah, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Yeah. Rick
Got to tear them
Ross.
down. Yeah, because they got too much power. They got these beehives and all these people following them. Oh yeah, Rick Ross, please. Who you say?
Drake.
Oh, Drizzy. It's already started.
I guess he ain't really from here either, but
yeah, but still. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a hero to people. Came up
Yeah.
listening to his music and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely Drake.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Who all of ours has already been Ice Cube, Dr. Dre.
Yeah. I ain't heard nothing about Q. What
You mean how they discredit him?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's seen, well, I guess with the big three, they've been giving him problems about that.
Yeah, but early in his career, they used to be on his ass. You know.
NWA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was writing a lot of it, even when he dropped his first album. But yeah, I don't think they ever came up with nothing on him. Who or what is doing the targeting?
The alphabet. Well, not the alphabet. The governmental agencies with the 3-letter.
Oh, the other alphabets.
Yeah.
Is it white supremacy?
No.
Are they
usually
a mirror of white? Are they an arm of white supremacy, or is white supremacy an arm of the alphabet?
Well, it seems to be that a lot of these cases come up when someone of their counterparts is actually the one doing stuff, and they get exposed a little bit, and this is like a huge distraction from it. And it's a whole lot going on. in the world is largely distraction based.
If there's a plot against Black American men, so-called,
Absolutely.
who or what is targeting? So you're saying
the whole system. It's a whole system. Yes.
Okay. Why?
Mainly because this is our land and we're from here, and they want to steal it and continue to hold it illegally. And also because it's a level of jealousy because we create most things.
You know, I was watching. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Most stuff is created by us. And we set the trends around the world, everything. They love us, but they hate us.
Bro, to your point, I was watching a Drop Dead Gorgeous podcast, and he's doing this science. He had like 1 million followers. Archaeologist, I think, is what the role he was playing. And he was talking about the Sumerians. Something they never bothered to mention in Drop Dead Gorgeous, William H. Ray's School of Lower Learning. Sumerians literally means the black face. So you mean to tell me these people agree that allegedly the start of writing and all of this goes back to Sumeria? The people who whose name literally, like the way we don't call Egypt Kemet, Kemet, the way literally means blackface. Well, you know,
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. Yes. I started to make a little short video out of it because I was sitting there like when you were at the table with those brothers and they told you what the 3 Club does. Yeah, the head knocker. I'm like, yeah. No, I had one of those moments. I'm like, son of a bitch.
They like to say the Sumerians that's the oldest, so-called oldest form of writing, so they say.
Yeah.
But I don't buy that because
I don't either.
This is the old world here. In the
I don't
Americas, it's older shit in the Americas.
They probably got there and started teaching them, and you know, but it's just amazing. And then, you know, when you just start going there, it's just amazing that stuff's not highlighted; it's low lighted. But so why are they targeting us? What's the agenda? What would be the point? They already got control.
Well, they only got control for so long because we're coming to the information age and their lies are falling apart, and it's going to change, and they're trying their best to withstand and with that, you know, make it stay in control, and they will not achieve their purpose.
There's some sort of fear.
Complete fear. Complete fear. Their time is up. The gig is up.
Because they say the Sumerians are the ones who ultimately ended up in Israel, you know, over in there. And so if they're the black face, and that's why I say I got to go back and cut the video up. And they're the ones that you guys are saying eventually became the Hebrews, then, you know.
There's older written language in the Americas of Hebrew. I was watching a video earlier today of some American Indians. It was their language.
Yeah. He said Fox Weather Channel, Fox News Channel, is there an elephant in the chat?
You.
Mochi. All right. Solutions. What can we do?
Make our own system and work within that. It's going to take some time, but Silverdale is what I mean as an example.
I mean, it's almost like you can't become super successful without.
You probably can. You just can't be famous and be spawning, showing, just throwing,
And going against.
example of being an example of.
You can't be going against the Baphomet.
You ain't even got to go against the Baphomet, and you still gonna get, if you're flamboyant, and I guess he did go against the Baphomet when he publicly wanted some ownership or something with that big liquor. I'm talking about the diddler.
Yeah, and then that his network he started, Revolt. He had to allegedly sell that. Yeah. I'm not saying that he wasn't always the diddler. I'm saying it doesn't become a problem until the slave wants to buy his masters.
Or until they want
and
to
they're flashy.
take you down, because they can take you down without you trying to buy the masters.
Well, he was flashy too. He was flashy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was flashy. Mafia talked about that a lot. Yeah, they don't like all that flashy. Not good for the kids. What's that?
And doing stuff that, he just thinks nothing can stop him. He can just do whatever the hell he wants to do. Allegedly.
Yeah, I would say unity is important. Move more like them. When they're getting plucked out, can't support, just really be quiet. Don't pile on, because oftentimes.
I hear you, but all skin folk and kinfolk, and when somebody's not, I don't know if we should support them.
Yeah, well then in that case, just don't say anything.
Yeah.
It's the piling on that I don't see other cats doing that. We fan the fire and then it just keeps it going. Our people tend to talk about it more.
Well, there are some so-called gossip, or lack of a better term, gossip columnists or people.
Pump it out there. Starts with TMZ.
Yeah, they pump everybody though.
What was Ray Rice? How they did that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, did she spit on him?
Man, they got rid of him. They took it.
They literally castrated him. I bet you that was his options. If you want to play football, we can castrate you.
That was, man.
They ended up getting married.
Didn't matter. He never played again.
Well, government got involved. Government always knows what's right. But we need education and awareness. I think we need to understand our the historical significance, of racism. Now it's rooted in American culture. Can we do something with policy, legal reform? Can policy fix this?
No.
Can we get Biden or
no? We need to form our own. We need to form our own.
Or Trump's team to sit down and listen to us.
Start participating in that whole thing.
No,
let it all fall apart and collapse.
No, don't send a team of our brightest, finest.
Never again.
To sit down with them and give them all our ideas, so that then they can hash a plan to weave words together to make it sound like they heard us, and they're working on it, and they'll take a look at it. No more of that.
No.
All right. How about community empowerment? I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Supporting the grassroots organizations and community leaders who are working towards justice. Providing platforms for our voices to be heard and celebrated, such as we do here at TATN. And investing in community programs that promote mental health, right knowledge, education, and economic opportunities. Would you disagree with any of that?
Nope. So we need to build our own government, write our own constitution. Sovereignty.
Could reparations be a form of tax? What do you mean by that? You raise the taxes of the American people and businesses, and a higher percentage of that goes to traditionally Black and brown communities in some sort of government way where they could filter the money down to the people. No?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about how, or I'm not trying to figure it out for them. Cut the crap, cut the check. And cut the check for everything you want. Cut the crap, cut the check.
Now, media representation.
Well, we need our own media.
Facts. Support our own media. Facts.
Period.
Now, there's a lot of whitewashing, whether you're watching MSNBC, Fox, CNN, you're being pink washed.
It's 7 companies. Well, I think it's 6 now. Did we get it?
Yeah.
6 companies now.
Yeah.
That control the media, the mainstream. So you gotta go with media that's not following that script. Period. Because they're not gonna give you the information. They're gonna perpetrate a fraud and tell you it's raining outside and they're peeing on your leg.
I mean, I know the Diddler's probably a bad example, and R. Kelly and everybody else we laid out here. Because, I mean, it appears they had their reasons for dragging these people down. It's always a legitimate reason.
Yeah, but the main reason
is the main reason.
Yeah, is for the humiliation and see how high one can get and how low they can fall.
And they said when they were digging for that through Malcolm, they couldn't find anything.
Yeah, not a thing.
They said he was like the one member of the nation, or anyone who they investigated.
Yeah.
That they couldn't find anything.
Facts. Still got the bullet sandwich.
Well, because the main thing is always going to be the main thing. They respected him. You know what I mean?
They want to have examples of us at our highest everybody can see them being stripped down and broken
Good.
down and broke. Yes, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
It's a subconscious mind fuck.
Unless you're not out there flashy.
I mean, it's still a mind fuck for the normal copper colored.
Yeah, psychologically.
Yeah, American Indian.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone seen Tucker Carlson?
Just you.
Tucker Carlson.
Didn't he start as a liberal? He was a liberal on
the
shows.
Yeah, he's a wacky liberal. And everybody who's a liberal now would love him if he was still doing what he's doing for the other side. For the liberals, they'd love him. Funny how programming works. All right, y'all. I'm going to the poll. Looks like it's 100%. 100% of the people who responded say it is still hunting season for U.S. black men. 100% say, no doubt, it is. Never too late for your voice to be heard. It's on the community tab. Yeah, what do you say, Self? Is it still hunting season?
No doubt.
Still targeted.
Yes.
Public enemy number one? Or is it the migrants at this point?
No, still us. You see the young man walking through the neighborhood, and all the white people come out, and one of them go gets a pew pew, and they stop him from doing anything, but they harassing him, talking about he walked up on this dude's wife.
Oh.
And he's walking down the street. He's recording the whole time. So,
yeah, you're gonna get a lot of that leading up to this election.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot on the airwaves. You're right, because it's all manipulation.
I'm already seeing it. Somebody posted something about what Trump was saying about the Central Park Five. Don't tell me about that, because I was talking about that shit when it was actually going on in real time, and you guys were probably saying, "Oh, I don't want to hear nothing about that," and you know what I mean. And you think everything is racist, so don't tell me about that shit, because I was talking about that in real time. I haven't heard any of you guys talk about it ever. So there's that. All right. All right, so we got to answer the riddle. I put a clue in there, Self. Think a hit song by Gangstar.
Mass Appeal.
That is a hit song. It's not what we're looking for. Let's see. Just to Get a Rep is a hit song. Just to Get a Rep. I carry stories, both joy and strife. I can build you up or break your life. What am I?
Reputation.
There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Reputation. Yeah, it was far-fetched. It was far-fetched. But yeah, that's it. Reputation. Good job there, fella. Great job. All right, y'all. And we'll let you know we're coming back with next week. And then on Mouthpiece Included, we're going to be talking about Daniel's week, going out there to play 12. We get to play the Hogs. So that should be fun. We'll be unpacking that. Anybody's welcome to pull up as far as that goes. But make sure if you do pull up, you don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. All right, this brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's Wordsmith's final words out there. Check your mute.
Mass humiliation. Dissipation of concentration. It's something wicked that we are facing. And I'm truly basing it on his story. Because his story, it's a bunch of BS. That's why it's a mystery. Because you don't know if it's true. It's cap. But strap in. Because they are going to lay more traps in your path. Understand and calculate the math. Understanding. Got to be demanding. Or it all will crash. It's a target on our back, especially if you act like you know who you are and where you come from. And you're not the one to be messed with. When you know your instinctual patterns, know your ancestral bloodline, it's time to align with the sun, moon, and the stars. Get us together so we can go far into the depths of this plane. Get past this racist regime. Because it's all gonna crash and burn. Their time is up. It's time we learn. Everything that they taught us was fake. We need to go back to what our bloodline states, what our DNA puts into our minds. We're shaking off this madness. This indoctrination that they still got going on. They still giving away flu shots and jabs. All this crap they created in the lab. All these chemicals that they use in the food. I don't know how this can be viewed as anything but a system destined to end. Ain't no rights, and it's all wrongs that we can no longer defend. it's all vested in sin. Words.
Words. All right, y'all. Y'all know what that means. All right, Karen, you know what to do.
Do you think you are the one? Honestly, I don't know. You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Bullets. A boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder. It's suicide.
Yeah, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
Greed plus ego plus fear, that's slavery.
Charity plus humility times love is freedom.
Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
Fear is an illusion.
Vibrate love.
Forgiveness is love's highest vibration.
So do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Facts. Healthy people. Heal thy people.
One thing we know for sure, hurt people gonna try to hurt people.
Free the old man, free Larry Hoover.
Free Jeff Fort.
Open those cages while you at it. Free all the guys.
Prison is slavery.
Be Yah. Walk on water.
Move mountains.
Move a mountain. Whole mountain?
Yeah, bro, you know. Every week that joint getting shorter.
I noticed that, but how are we supposed to move?
All we need is the faith of a mustard seed. And you know, like I know, we got way more than that.
Mustard seed, huh? Oh, mountain.
Getting out the way.
Be where your feet are. Stay in the superposition.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.